Hello there, good people. Welcome to It's a Shaw Thing. I'm your host, Rob Shaw, here to talk a little fantasy football. Time to get you caught up after Week 8 in the NFL. We certainly did have some surprises. How about Vince Young and the Titans? And that's where we'll start, at the quarterback position. As far as a player moving up in value, Vince Young, I'd say fantastic when you complete 83% of your passes. Only 125 passing yards, but he did throw a touchdown, no interceptions, and in addition, what you'd expect, about 30 yards rushing. So Vince Young looking very good at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now that doesn't mean go out and start him, but he's someone to consider in the back of your mind if one of your quarterbacks is on a bye. Next up, another guy moving in the wrong direction at quarterback, David Garrard. The adversary for Vince Young this weekend was horrific, throwing 2 interceptions. That makes it now 5 touchdowns versus 5 interceptions on the season, only 139 passing yards. I expected huge things from Garrard this weekend. He was a major disappointment. Next up, the running back position, a guy moving up for the Houston Texans, Ryan Moats. Slayton been fumbling the ball all season long. Moats, meanwhile, gets out there, came into the game with just 56 rushing yards. He ended up rushing for 126 rushing yards on 23 carries and scored 3 different occasions. Ryan Moats is a guy to pick up right now. He should put up huge numbers when you consider that Matt Schaub and the Texans know how to move the ball, even though their big tight end is out. More on that tomorrow. As far as a guy moving down in value, even though he scored 2 touchdowns, LaDainian Tomlinson had his opportunity against the Oakland Raiders to put up some good points. As I mentioned, he found the end zone a couple of times, but he averaged just 3.1 yards per carry. LT is looking older by the day. This is a guy that I would not start against any decent NFL teams. Next up, we move to the wide receiver position, and this time Brett Favre made friends with Percy Harvin. 5 receptions, 84 yards, a career high for him. Also got 2 yards on a rush, but Percy Harvin's a true playmaker now in the receiving game. I also like Sidney Rice, so I think Rice you have to start every week. I think Harvin you have to start every week. AP you have to start every week, and Brett Favre you have to start every week. And even Visanthe Shianko over at tight end has been fantastic so far. So the Vikings with plenty of good options to start every week. As far as a guy moving down in value, it's tough to blame one guy. Put all the Cleveland Browns out there as far as the receiving games goes. Only one guy with more than 1 reception this weekend. His name was Muhammad Masakawi, wide receiver, came out of University of Georgia. Well, even though he had 2 receptions for 28 yards, he also fumbled the ball. So as a net, that was 0.08 fantasy points. This is a guy that is not offering much. There's no one on Cleveland that I would touch right now. Well, that's all for now. Tomorrow we talk a little news and notes as far as injuries. Until then, have a good day.